Hello, good morning, children. Okay, from the picture, you can see that we are going to read The Diary of a Young Girl. Yes, children, today we are going to read about a girl whose name is Annie Frank and about her diary note. Children, we know that a diary is a book in which one keeps a daily record of one's own experiences. It also helps to write down our deepest thoughts and aspirations. It is actually a lot of fun to sometimes read diary notes which we may have written down in the past. Children, if you want, you can also write a diary where you can share all your experiences and you can share your feelings which you cannot share with someone else. Right? Okay. So, we are going to learn from class 5, that is chapter 6. But before reading this diary note, we should learn about two persons. First, in the picture, you can see he is Adolf Hitler. Okay, so Adolf Hitler was born on 20th April 1889 in Austria and he died on 30th April 1945 in Berlin. It is in Germany. He was a German politician and leader of the Nazi Party. He rose to power as the Chancellor of Germany in 1933. During his dictatorship from 1933 to 1945, he initiated World War II in Europe by invading Poland. Children, we are reading about Adolf Hitler. I am giving you of Adolf Hitler because we are going to read about him in this chapter. And as we have seen the picture of Annie Frank in the first picture, let us see. Let us read something about Annie Frank also. A small introduction about her. She was born on 12 June 1929 in Frankfurt, that is in Germany, and died on February 1945 in only 13 years, children. Her full name was Annelies Mary Frank. Many inspirational movies are made based on her diary. Okay, like the Diary of Annie Frank Remembered, The Attic, etc. More are there. So, but we are discussing about these two peoples? We should only discuss about Annie Frank and about her diary, but why are we discussing about Adolf Hitler and Annie Frank? What are the connection between these two people? So, children, you should know that Hitler viewed the world as an arena for the permanent struggle between peoples. He divided the world population into high and low races. The Germans belonged to the high peoples and the Jews to the low ones. So, what happened? Jews in Europe had been victims of discrimination and persecution since the Middle Ages. Often for religious reasons, Jews were sometimes forced to convert or they were not allowed to practice certain professions. They cannot do job of their own choices, children. And then what happened in the 19th century? Religion played a less important role. The idea that Jews belonged to a different people than the Germans, for instance, caught on. Even Jews who converted to Christianity were still different because of their bloodline. Okay. So let's start the chapter. I just gave the introduction of both the people here. So before we read, we should know few things. Children, can you imagine how difficult it must be to live in a small room with seven other people for almost 2 years and never be allowed to step out? Step out means to go out and breathe fresh air. Children, just look at today's scenario. We are at our home. Why? Because of our safety. But it's not like that we are in a cage. We are in our own home for our safety. But we can go out with some precautions. But it's written here, they are hiding, okay, in a small room for almost 2 years and with seven other people in the same room. Children, can you just imagine the condition? They're using the same bathroom. They're all sleeping in the small room. It will be so stinking. So it's very difficult. Okay, we can only imagine. We cannot understand their pain. because we have not seen that situation, right? And they are not allowed to go out. We are also at our home, but we are in better condition. We can go out, we can breathe fresh air, but what about them? So what happened? Unfortunately, this is what Annie Frank, a 13-year-old, and her family had to do in Germany in the year 1942. So children, let's read to find out more what happened. We will get to know here. During the World War II, children, what was the timing of World War II? From 1st September 1939 to 2nd September 1945. Exactly 6 years. In Europe, the Nazis of Germany. Children, what is the meaning of Nazis? It means the members of the National Socialist German Workers' Party. Okay. Considered the Jewish. Jewish means they were the members of the community whose traditional religion is Judaism and who trace their origins to the ancient Hebrew people of Israel. The Nazis people were thinking that they were not German. The Jewish people are not German. Okay. As inferior to them. They were not giving them equal importance. So inferior means superior in rank or status, and that is why they were not getting professions of their own choices. So they wanted to destroy the Jewish people and their culture. So as a result, what happened? They started sending the Jews to prison camps, children. What is, yes, destroy means ruin or kill. Annie Frank was also a Jew. To save herself and her family, Annie, along with her mother Edith, what was the name of the mother? Edith. Okay. Father Otto, name of father is Otto. Please remember these names. And sister Margaret. So the father's name is Otto, mother's name is Edith, and sister's name is Margaret. They went into hiding. Went into hiding means they hid themselves for a certain period in the backroom office and warehouse of Annie's father's business. So here we get to know that Annie's father was a businessman and he was doing some business, and they hide themselves in there only in the office. So warehouse means a storeroom. They hid themselves in the storeroom of Annie's father's business. And 4 other Jews also hid with them in the small space, and their non-Jewish friends smuggled food and other supplies to them. Children, for help also we need people. We cannot do anything alone. Fine. Suppose now if anyone in this scenario I'm talking about, okay, if anyone is home quarantine, so what happened? He cannot go outside, but the people who are outside, they can give them all the required things, all the basic things, medicines, vegetables, okay, all the eatables. So people are only helping other people. We cannot do anything alone. So here what we are reading, see children, the Nazis were against the Jewish people, but there were many non-Jewish people, the non-Jewish friends of his father, of her father, okay, who helped them with food and other supplies to them, other basic necessities. Smuggled means transferring something somewhere illegally. Suppose if they are caught by the Nazis, the members, okay, or the Germans, they will be punished, okay. So they were doing all this illegally. And supplies means the necessity items. Annie Frank was born on 12 June 1929. She began to keep a diary on her 13th birthday, that is 12 June 1942. So children, her birthday was on 12 June 1929 and she got a diary as a birthday gift, and she really loved her diary. And 3 weeks later, they went into hiding. After 3 weeks, children, after her birthday only, they went into hiding. Annie's family never left their hideout, the place where they were hiding, okay, until unfortunately it was their bad luck that the Nazi police discovered them in August 1944. So children, we can read here that in 1942 they went into hiding. So almost 2 years they were hiding in the warehouse of her father business place. But unfortunately what happened, it was their bad luck that the Nazi police discovered them. They were then moved to the concentration camp where Annie's mother died in 1945. Children, they were suffering a lot First they were hiding themselves in a small space, and then what happened? Unfortunately, they were caught. So what do you think? The Nazi police or the members, they were giving the good treatment to the Jewish people? No, of course not. Okay, they were in the very terrible condition, very bad condition. Soon afterwards, Annie and her sister also died of an infectious disease. Okay, and what is the name of infectious disease? Typhus fever, children. Okay, so both the sister, they died due to typhus fever, and their father was the only family member who had survived. He survived, somehow he was alive. So when friends found Annie's diary in a hiding place, where was the hiding place? In the warehouse, okay? They gave it to her father, who got it published in 1947. So when did Annie died? In 1945. It means almost after 2 years. Okay, he gave it to some publications to get it published so that everyone could read her feelings. Children, we have not read the word meanings here. Hideout means hiding place, and concentration, where they have gone after hideout, to the concentration camp. It means a place where political prisoners are held. Published means, it is printed as a book. Okay, let's read again. Annie, who missed the company of her friends, had maintained a diary. Children, just now we have read that she was living with seven other people, and she did not have any friend there. And we have also read that she got a diary as a birthday gift. So what happened? She was thinking that diary is her only friend, and she was sharing everything in her diary. How will she share? By writing her innermost thoughts or feelings. Ultimately, the closest friend she had during her tragically short life. Short life. She was alive for only 15 years. So short life was her diary only. She addressed it as Kitty. Children, tragically means causing great unhappiness. Okay, and what was the meaning of? What is the meaning of addressed? Called it. She called her diary as Kitty, and it was only to Kitty that she entrusted her innermost thoughts. Entrusted means confided. Okay, she was sharing everything. Annie's thoughts of courage and hope are recorded in her diary. Children, from her diary, we will get to know that she was an optimistic girl. She was very hopeful girl. She was very courageous in those conditions also. They have inspired millions of readers throughout the world. The people who are broken in small things, who think negative every time, okay, who are pessimistic. Okay, so this diary, the content of this diary, the excerpts from the diary, okay, it inspired millions of readers who were broken, okay, who could not fight against the circumstances. So let's read. Here are some excerpts from her diaries. Children, excerpt means short parts, means all the things from the diary is not given here, only some part. Like, when you write, I can shake off all my cares. She has written this on April 5th, 1944. Shake off means to let go of. Okay. Describing her despair. Despair means hopelessness, children. Okay, so let's read what is written here. I have reached the point where I hardly care whether I live or die. Children, she was in the very critical condition, very terrible condition. Okay, so she was saying that I have reached at the point where she doesn't care at all that whether she lived or died, because she cannot go outside. She cannot meet her friends. She was living in terrible conditions. She could not breathe fresh air, even, children. Okay, so it hardly matters for her that she is living or dying. The world will keep on turning without me. Yes, children, whatever happens in the world, nothing stops. Okay, the world has to move on. Okay, it has to keep on turning on. And I can't do anything to change events anyway. Yes, children, no one can change the events. Whatever have to be done, it will be done. So I will just let matters take their course. Let matters take their course means to allow events to happen as they will. Yes, children, we cannot do anything. Whatever is happening, it will happen. We cannot stop anything. In the morning, sun will rise. In the evening, it will set, right? So she wants to say whatever was going on in Germany, whatever Adolf Hitler was giving the orders, whatever Nazis members were doing, they will do. No one can stop it. And concentrate on studying and hope that everything will be all right in the end. So just imagine, children, in those conditions also, she was saying that she should concentrate on studying, and she was hoping that everything will be all right at the end. Okay, this she has written on 3rd February 1944. On her old country, Germany. Children, why it's written on her old country, Germany? She was in Germany only. Because Adolf Hitler and the Nazis members, okay, they were killing the people who were Jewish. They were thinking that Jewish people are not Germans. So find specimens of humanity, mankind. Okay, so what are the examples of mankind? Let's see. Those Germans, and to think I'm actually one of them. She is saying that yes, she is also German only, but according to Adolf Hitler or the Nazis members, okay, it's not true. So Hitler took away their nationality long ago. Okay, she wants to say that she is not German anymore now. She is only Jewish because her nationality has been taken from her. And besides, there are no greater enemies on earth than the Germans and Jews. Both have become enemies. Both were killing each other. Okay, she has written this on October 9, 1942. So on still believing, it's a wonder I haven't abandoned. See, haven't left all my ideals, principles. Okay, this seems so absurd and impractical. She is saying she is wondering that so many things have happened. Okay, she is in such a critical condition. She cannot go outside. Her nationality has taken away from her. But then also, she has not left her principles. Okay, which is very impractical. She has not left anything till now. She is very hopeful. Yet I cling, she stick to them, okay? Because I still believe, in spite of everything, that people are truly good at heart. Children, why she is so positive still? Because when she was when she was hiding, non-Jewish people were only helping her. Jewish people cannot go out. They cannot risk their life by going out and taking the basic necessities for them. So who were helping? Non-Jewish people only. That is why she is saying that I still believe, in spite of everything, that people are truly good at heart. Every German is not bad. Okay, so she is very optimistic girl. So let's see the word meanings first. Specimens means example. Humanity means mankind. Abandon means left. Idols means principle. Absurd means ridiculous. Cling means hold on. It's utterly impossible for me to build my life on a foundation of chaos. Foundation means base, and chaos means confusion or turmoil, suffering and death. Children, very deep meaning is there. She is saying that she cannot build her life. Why? Because everywhere there were confusion, everywhere there was suffering and death also. The people were suffering, they were living in a critical condition. They cannot go out to even get fresh air. Okay, they cannot do jobs whatever they wish to. They cannot eat whatever they wish because they cannot go outside. And the most horrible thing is that they have to keep themselves hide. They cannot go outside because if anyone will see them, they will kill. So she is saying that it is impossible for her to build her life on foundation of chaos, suffering and death. I see the world being slowly transformed into a wilderness. Wilderness means wasteland. Why? Because if all the people have become their enemies, of each other's enemies. Okay, There is no peace, there is no calm around them. So it is looking like that world is transforming into a wasteland. There is nothing useful. So I hear the approaching thunder that one day will destroy us too. Yes, children, if same thing will go on happen, what will happen one day? Everything will get destroyed, everyone will be killed. I feel the suffering of millions. Children, yes, along with any Frank and family, there are many people, millions of people who are suffering. Okay, and yet when I look up at the sky, I somehow feel that everything will change for the better, that this cruelty too shall end, that peace and tranquility will return once more. Tranquility means calm, serenity. It is written on 15th July 1944. Children, just look at her thoughts, her innermost feelings. So she is so positive. She is an optimistic girl. After so much suffering, also she is saying and praying to God. Okay, that and she's saying that she's feeling that everything will be changed after some time. And after some time, what will happen? After a certain period of time, the cruelty will also end. And what will remain? Calm and serenity. Okay. Children, what is written about the story? Anne Frank's diary, published as Anne Frank, the Diary of a Young Girl in English. It has also been published in more than 60 languages all over the world. It is a powerful reminder of the horrors of war and has continued to inspire millions of people with its resilient portrayal of the human spirit. Children, if you want to understand it in a better way, you want to feel the pain of Anne Frank, please watch her movie. Okay, you can also watch a movie, you can also read the book. Okay, so children, at last, uh, let's talk about diary. We all know it is a good idea to maintain a diary. So, children, please try, all of you try to maintain a diary. Why? Because at the end of each day, we can write down our thoughts, feelings, or whatever we wish. Whatever we cannot share to anyone else, we can share to our diary. Okay, and our diary can be a best friend, children. Whatever is in our mind or in our heart, everything we can share to our diary. And children, it is also extremely private. And if we wish, we can keep it away from the prying eyes. Okay, why? Because that is no one besides us will be allowed to read what we have written. So what will happen ultimately? So we can be frank and free all the time. Okay, so please watch the movie. Please read the book thoroughly. Understand the pain. Understand her feelings. Understand her thoughts. Okay, obviously you will be inspired by her. That's all for today. Thank you, children.